Hello, and welcome to the Two Bald Brothers and a Microphone podcast.
Yeah,
how's that feel, Tom?
Here we go. Let's do it.
Let's rock this thing, buddy. It's June 29th.
Okay.
We're reaching the end of the quarter, and we wanted to talk in this podcast about, for the upcoming interviews that we have, what sort of questions do we want to go over? And our overall theme for the podcast has been, focusing in particularly on people at Three Wheel.
Being bald.
Bald, socks, those types of things. And I know in general, we play around with what's the word of what we do, and it keeps on coming back to collaboration.
Right.
And so I think that's the overarching theme of the podcast has been collaboration. And what I'm excited about with the podcast is that we're going to open it up. We're going to interview some folks, and we're going to invite them in. And what I wanted to talk with you today about was some of the topics. What do we want to talk to folks about, and why are we going to talk to them about it, and just sort of what some of the goals are. I think as we sort of branch out and give it a new name and start meeting up with new folks. And so I've got a list. We met up and talked through some of the things that we might want to cover as a list. And how do you like?
Looks pretty fancy there, holding your Surface Book.
I know, isn't that
tablet,
nice?
disconnected from your machine thing.
Sir, call it the clipboard.
The clipboard.
This is the clipboard, and this is OneNote. You've seen OneNote before. You've spent plenty of time in that.
Way too much
time. So the first one, obviously, I'll get a kick. We want to keep them to a length of 15 minutes, maybe or so. Just something that's edible. That's not too long. That you can listen to in between.
You
meetings.
can listen to 3 of these in general traffic in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, I can listen to 4 of them driving home. No, actually 2 of them. It's not that bad. So I'll get us kicked off. You and I will do a little intro to the person and who they are, and sort of why do we have them on the podcast. So maybe introduce them and their title and their company, if they want to let us say what company they work for. And so really we'll ask them about their role, sort of back to the what is it that you do? What's your role within your organization, and how does collaboration fit into that role? And so trying to find out from them sort of where is this whole theme of of working with large groups of people working together to accomplish goals.
Right, because I think there's different roles that play into collaboration in an organization. It's not just the director of collaboration, but it would be good to get aspects from different points of view that make it work.
Yep, and it'd be nice too. I think in general, we'll have some clients that come on. I also want to have some partners that we work with as well. And we may go through this set of questions too. Maybe just thinking of what folks would add some value to this conversation, what people would have maybe a unique perspective on collaboration and working together. What works for collaboration inside of your organization? This will be interesting just to see maybe the different types of companies that are out there, the different industries, because I know some of them, you have some folks who are really innovative and some industries who are a bit of a laggard, and how do they deal with that when it comes to collaboration?
Right. Yeah. When are they ready for certain types of tools and certain types of approaches? Absolutely.
What's the most difficult thing about collaboration? So it'd be great. A lot of these things, it'd be great to hear some stories about maybe something they tried and it ended up not working. What did they learn from that? And hearing those stories, I think those are incredibly valuable.
Yeah, definitely.
To hear that sort of thing. What collaboration technologies? You and I are geeks, so every once in a while we have to talk about technology, so we might talk a little technology talk here.
Of course.
What technology? But we don't want to. Obviously, this is more into.
So when are we going to talk about process?
Oh, gee.
I don't see that on the list.
I need to take a nap here. No, we talk plenty about process on the podcast. We've lost a lot of listeners because of that, Tom. So what technologies get the most traction within your organization? Obviously we're working with customers and we're very Microsoft centric, and We'll probably end up maybe with some folks geeking out a little bit about what works within Office 365 within organizations for collaboration. Like it or not, it's people, process, technology. So it's you've got the technology piece of this that I think we would like to understand from people. But we don't want to lose people either. We don't want to get too much into the nuts and bolts. What's the best business advice someone has given you about collaboration or you have given? So let's see if we can get any nuggets of wisdom from folks about collaboration. And then what's your favorite collaboration-related book? And see if they've got one there. So maybe it's something we can add to our list, or maybe if they want to share a little bit about what they got out of that book. And then just wrap up and thank you. So overarching theme for this is really it's just something where you and I, maybe from our unique backgrounds and wanting to learn more about collaboration, just having some people onto the podcast. Really, I love the conversational format of things with the podcast. So have them come on. It'd be great if some of the folks were able to come here in the office. That would be great. It would give our producer a new challenge to set it up for 3 people instead of 2, which is always a good thing. But some of them also will be remote. We'll set up either Skype or GoToMeeting or whatever ends up working out well for us to interview folks.
Yeah, it would be good to get different perspectives. I think you get kind of stuck in your own world of what you think is collaboration and what's effective, and it's always good to get other people's point of view. And we've done you've done a great job at talking to people within free will, and I think we're ready at this point to start broadening that view to see what other people think about collaboration and what works.
Awesome. Anything else before we wrap up here?
Nope, I think that's it. Ready to do it.
All right, let's do it. We'll invite some people on and look for upcoming podcasts where we have some interesting folks on where we can talk through the world of collaboration, and look forward to learning with you guys. This will be a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Adios.